Hi, everyone. It's Miss Palmer here with the final two PowerPoint presentations on Unit 5, International Trade and Foreign Exchange. We're going to talk today about the balance of trade versus balance of payments. Balance of trade. Net exports, or X to the N, equal exports minus imports, as you recall. Trade surplus equals exporting more than is imported. Trade deficit, also known as trade gap, is exporting less than is imported. All right, so these are all the terms that you're going to have to commit to memory for your testing purposes. And when we talk about the economy and the balance of trade, we use these terms all of the time. Balance of trade continued. All right, so the United States trade deficit has grown sharply over the last decade, and we're talking statistics right now that go all the way to 2005. So we could probably look the more current statistics up online. Balance of payments, BOP. Balance of trade includes only goods and services, but balance of payments all considers all international transactions. Balance of payments, otherwise known as BOP, is the summary of a country's international trade. The BOP summary is within a given year. It's just like GDP is measured within a given year. It's prepared in the domestic country's currency. So the BOP for the United States would be prepared in dollars. For example, if accounting the BOP of the United States, it would be in the dollar. The balance of payments is made up of two accounts, the current account and the financial account. Which countries have the highest account surpluses and account deficits? Well, China has a positive balance, but this was in 2009, again, 11 years ago. Okay, here are the countries with the negative numbers in 2009, with the United States down at 190. The current account. The current account is made up of three parts. One, trades in goods and services, otherwise known as net exports. The difference between a nation's exports of goods and service of good. Let me repeat that. The difference between a nation's exports of goods and services and its imports of goods and services. And we discussed this in previous unit having to do with trade and GDP, net exports. For example, toys imported from China and US cars exported to Mexico. Net exports. Two, investment income. That's income from the factors of production, including payments made to foreign investors. For example, money earned by the Japanese car producers in the United States. And three, net transfers. Those are money flows from the private or public sectors. For example, donations, aids and grants, official assistance, and remittance. Financial or capital account. The financial account measures the purchase and sale of all financial assets abroad. Purchases of things that continue to earn money. For example, a Korean company buys a factory in Ohio. An American buys a Japanese government bond. When a foreign company buys business in a different country, that is foreign direct investment. Net capital outflow, that's the difference between the purchase of foreign assets and domestic assets purchased by foreigners. Financial account surplus is the inflow. It's when the inflow is greater than the outflow. And the financial account deficit is when the inflow is less than the outflow. So U.S. balance of payments from 1980 to 2010, you'll notice they mirror each other. So if a country has a deficit in the current account, they must have a surplus in the financial account. Current or financial account. Identify if the examples are counted in the current or the capital account and determine if it is a credit or a debit for the US. Okay, so here are the examples. 1, Bill, an American, invests $20 million in a ski resort in Canada. I'm going to populate all of these, and I want you to take a screenshot, and then we'll give you the answers on the next slide. But I'd like you to screenshot this and try and work through the answers for each one of these situations. Oop, back. Okay. There it is, all 7 of them. Take a picture and then see if you can solve each one and determine whether it's a capital account or a current account, and if it's a credit or a debit for the United States. Okay, that should be enough time. Now I'm going to reveal the answers, and you can take a screenshot of that and then check yourself. Okay, so here are the answers. We'll go down to all 7 of them. Oop, there we go. Okay, take a picture of this. These are the answers from the previous page. Okay, that should be enough time for you. Moving on. Practice, more practice. Okay, U.S. income increases relative to other countries. Does the balance of payments move toward a deficit or a surplus? Can you answer that? U.S. citizens have more disposable income. Americans import more. Net exports, X to the N, decrease. And the current account balance decreases and moves towards a deficit. Okay. Here's situation number 2. If the US dollar depreciates relative to other countries, does the balance of payments move toward a deficit or a surplus? Think about it for a second. Okay. The US exports become more desirable in this situation. America imports more, or exports more. Take that back. America exports more. Net exports, or X to the N, increase. The current account balance increases and moves towards the surplus. Okay. Okay, here's an example from one of the FRQs from the AP test. Oops. Okay, so here, take a picture of that and see if you can work that out, and then I'll display the rubric and you can take a picture of that and back it in. Back the answers in, that is. Okay, so that's everything from today's presentation. I hope you have a great day and see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody. Ms. Palmer signing out.